Hello and welcome to the SportsGrad podcast. My name is Ryan Walker and with me, as always, is the sounding board of myself, Reuben Williams. How are you, mate?
I'm very well, thank you, Ryan. I always enjoy our conversations. They branch into all sorts of different topics, but happy to be a sounding board as required.
I don't want to be too, what's the word? Too nice to you. There's probably a better word for that, but you are the sounding board of myself, so I thought, why not mention that today on an episode that is very relevant on. So great to be speaking with you, mate. I'm excited about today's episode, so let's get into it because I'm hosting this one, which is very exciting.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. If you want to learn more about who we are, feel free to connect with us on LinkedIn, or if you want to ask us any questions, jump into the SportsGrad community. It is absolutely thriving right now. It's a very exciting time.
Yes, and a quick shout out to one of our members, Grace Hull, has recently just picked up an awesome opportunity at the West Tigers as a foundation engagement coordinator there. So well done to Grace, and great to have the West Tigers NRL club inside the community to offer those opportunities to our members.
Absolutely. If you want to get your foot in the door of the sports industry, hire people quickly and easily, and learn from the best in the world. There really is something for everyone inside, so get involved and have some great success like Grace.
That's it.
Huge role over there at West Tigers, so well done. Rubes, we're going to start today's episode with a quick tip to get a job in sport. If you're currently studying or you've just finished studying, having a postgrad qualification in sports management on your resume can give you a huge leg up on other potential candidates applying for the same role. So if you want to pump up your resume and get specialised knowledge in sports behaviour, law, marketing, ethics, finance, governance and strategy, take a look at Deakin University's postgrad qualifications. Their Master of Business in Sports Management is not one of, but the best one in Australia, ranked at number 1. So add a postgrad to your resume, and that's our tip for the episode.
We love our friends at Deakin. Thank you very much for your support. Moving on to the episode, Ryan, what are we talking about today?
So, Rubes, we are talking about 3 types of people you should be connecting with.
Okay.
Now, we've spoken a lot about the importance of networking.
Yep.
We believe it's the main pillar to getting a job in the sports industry. And just how pivotal people's networking and the way they do it, how pivotal that is to finding that career. So today we're going to speak about the strategy behind that. You don't just go and talk to anybody and anyone. You got to be strategic about how you do it, and whilst always remaining natural and easygoing and not feeling like it's forced. So today we're going to take you through the 3 types of people to connect with.
I think that this is much better because you just meeting anybody can work, but it's very much a scattergun approach, whereas what you're suggesting sounds like it's more targeted, more thought out, and more, I don't know, just works better.
Yeah. I mean, who wants to scattergun it? Add a bit of strategy to it. That's the way you can actually have some real success in this. So I'll kick us off. So the first type of person is your sounding board people.
Yeah.
So these are the people that you can really develop yourself from. They're almost like your mentors in your network. These people can pretty much, like I said, be a sounding board to anything to do with your career. So if you're thinking about, where do I want to get to, or I'm thinking about applying for this role, or I don't know who to chat to about this, these are the type of people who you can go to. These people can literally be like former colleagues, family, friends, whoever that is that you feel really comfortable to chat to about your career. These aren't people who are like going to offer you a job tomorrow. They are literally a sounding board. And that's how you can kind of sense check what you're thinking. Kind of like what I said at the start about Ruben. Very much a sounding board for me. So it's really important to identify those people because that's how you can kind of get stuff off your chest, like in a career way, and actually sense check what you are thinking.
Yeah, because it's so easy to just let things pass you by when you have that self-doubt and you just, it's just you. Sometimes you don't know whether your idea is good, bad or ugly.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just pass you by because you haven't had anything to reinforce it. So a sounding board is a perfect person to say, hey, what do you think? Oh, yeah, wow, I haven't considered that either. But I'm glad to hear that you think that's what I should do. Now I've got the confidence to do it. And that's probably the essence of it, having the confidence to go forward and take action.
Totally. And I think the other thing about this group is like they are really good operators and people who you see as really good at what they do. So that's how you're going to learn from them.
Yep.
The people you really respect out there that, you know, you're not necessarily just trying to get a job off. You
Yep.
know what I mean? So that's the first group. The second group is the future people group. So these are people that, you know, can essentially direct you to jobs in the industry through their network. So it's kind of like, you know someone who works at a great organisation and you know that they have a really vast network on them, right? So the idea with this group is that you're trying to build a really good relationship with them so that they can pass you on to someone else or even be a reference for you or just genuinely recommend you for a job. And that's a really crucial group because, you know, you need people in your camp. Like you need to build a group of people out there who are like, yes, Ruben is a gun at what he does. If I see a role there, I'll definitely say, go and apply. Or I'll send his resume to someone to say, hey, check this guy out. So that's group number 2.
And I would not have got into Cricket Australia without Joel Morrison in my camp saying, hey, this is what you should look out for. By the way, I'll speak to the people on the inside too.
Yeah, absolutely. A good way to sort of think about that future people group is like the references on your resume.
Yes. That's a
Because
great way to put it.
That's kind of like, it's that kind of person. It might not necessarily be them, but they probably are those people.
Yeah.
Because they will always be advocates for you.
Yep.
So that's a crucial group, really, because you need great references and you need those people. In
And it's important to think about, not only what's happening right now, but where might you be in 2, 3, 4, 5 years' time?
Yep.
And how might the people around you be able to help you then?
Totally. The next group is the immediate people, which is pretty crucial in itself. So these are people who you want to work for. So these are the kind of people when we say, okay, and I know we referenced it in an episode prior. My memory isn't as good as Ruben's because he knows every episode. But this is the group that you get in touch with when we say, go and find someone out there who you'd love to work for, or they do a job that you'd love to do at an organisation that you'd love to work at. So these are like the hiring managers, someone in a position that is, relative importance, like they can hire someone themselves.
The decision makers.
The decision makers, great way to put it. And these are the people that you want to, appeal to. You want to be front and center when they are thinking, geez, I need to fill this role. Who do I know? So these people are literally, you can find them on LinkedIn, or they might be part of the organisation that you're working casually for, who you can just get in front of and grab a coffee with. The key here is just being front of mind with people who have the decision-making power.
Yep.
So they're the 3 groups in a nutshell. And if you can nail those 3 groups, you essentially answered the personal development, you've answered the future job prospects, and you've got the immediate job prospects right away. And they're the 3 key areas of why you're actually networking in the first place.
Yep. Yeah. I wasn't planning on plugging the community in this way, but as you've started to talk about, I'm like, there's people across those 3 categories inside there at the moment.
100%.
For example, we had a bloke called Neil Gray from Basketball Australia sign up, introduce himself and say, hey, I've been working in sport for 25 years.
Yeah.
I'm literally just here to help you guys. If you need any advice, just send me a message. And then you got the future people. And this reminds me of when we chatted with Sean Callanan, founder of SportsGrad, works with all the teams and leagues across the world to help with their digital strategy. He's a massive networker. When we told him about our community in February 2021, it's over a year ago.
Seems like a long time ago, doesn't it?
He said the reason to get in is so that you're connected with a great group of students and grads who in 10 years' time, you'll just be helping each other out all the time. So like the peers around you are kind of like your future group inside the community. Yep. Then you've got the immediate group, which are those hiring managers, which are, your Kimberly Furness of Netball Australia, who's inside there. Your Chaim Katrib from the FIFA Women's World Cup, who's the head of workforce, who's inside there. Ali Durkis from the T20 World Cup. Daniel Simons from Golf Australia. All these people are charged with hiring people and are inside the community. So, Yeah. I'm glad we've got all three to facilitate.
100%. And like I can think about right now someone in our community who answers all those ones for us. Like there is someone from each of those groups in the community right now. So it makes total sense to jump in. But good plug.
Cheers.
Very well done. Awesome. Well, there goes my voice, Rubes. I'm back. Well, that ends us for today. A weird ending as usual. But you can find us on LinkedIn. Plus, be sure to jump into the SportsGrad community, as I've just mentioned. We'd love to chat with you on there, and head to our website to join, or head to the link in the show notes. We'll see you next time.